What is this? What? How how is the video not the first thing that it shows? That's what I want to know. That's fine. I'm going to switch here, and and we'll deal with this for now. Um, I'm back, despite saying that I would not be, with a random act, which just goes to prove the name of this channel. Um, on Friday, Mary was away, and I used that as a detour on Product Like It's Friday to just play around with rebuilding or building a workout app based on some of the apps that I've used in the past that don't quite do what I want in the way that I want it. So I want today to try and, uh, on that experience of having done it, I leaned entirely into the vibe. I was using Claude Code, and the experience itself just was not very enjoyable to me. Reasons I explained on that stream, which is it just felt like it didn't feel the right thing for me to. It just didn't feel right. It didn't feel the right level of joy to be doing that. Did not feel useful, although useful is debatable altogether. Um, if someone else's vibe coding, I can watch that. That's at least more enjoyable for me, and maybe have something to offer in terms of guidance or direction there. But to do it myself, it just doesn't feel the same way, especially if I'm streaming it. Um, the next day, I did spend more time vibing, so leaning heavily into the vibe to continue building on that workout app. And I wasn't too thrilled with the entire output that I got. And so definitely there's some use case here for me to be a little bit more hands-on in the code, lean on Claude code when I need to in order for certain tasks, and then depend on maybe the AI within the IDE to do certain tasks, like autocomplete AI, of course, but maybe some other things as well. And maybe that might not be as fast, but at least will be a more enjoyable experience for me, and then might actually result in something that's a bit more closer to what I want in the way that I want it. So that's going to be this uh, attempt here, and we'll see how it goes. Um, let me share my screen and I can get started. I'm a bit wary and hesitant to start this for a few reasons. One of those reasons being that um, that I can't compete with an AI. Like having done it with AI and then trying to do it again, my instinct is like, oh, I want to beat it on speed just to prove my value as a coder, uh, and that's impossible. And yet, like I feel weird about it. So there's some hesitancy, nervousness, to be honest. But actually, I'm happy to just get set up today. Maybe I'll do an hour 15, get set up, build some foundation, and then continue adding features bit by bit, whether they're AI assisted or manual code. But it doesn't mean that I will get into the manual code. So quick recap, workout app is like this. This is the strong app. It has a bunch of annoying things that I don't like, that aren't as fluid in terms of the way I want to do it. And then this is a screenshot of uh, the heavy app, and I like the select equipment type instead of like category, although these are the same as I can see, but I like what they have here. The idea of, I'm selecting a machine, kettlebell, um, plates. If it's a plate-based machine, resistance. We might not get to this in this way, but I might combine certain concepts here that I like, and then we'll take it from there. I did actually. I don't know if it's still running. We'll take a risk here. Yeah, it is running. So I worked on a bit more on it. I tried to make it a PWA, which I might still do. Uh, it's very much kind of, okay. It's very much. Can you please stop? This I never tested. So this part though is kind of what I want, like being able to, activate and inactivate exercises was kind of the main thing, and I kind of worked on that a little bit more. Some tracking, as you can see here, in terms of reporting, but nothing too major. I did a little import strong CSV feature, and then import preset exercises as well. And so let's see. I'm going to try and I'm a bit oddly, like I have something to work with here, but I still feel directionless in some ways. So the first thing is still adding an exercise. So I think that's where we'll begin, and we'll take it from there. So I have here the Outwork code, which I don't want to use anymore, and then I have some Outwork server somewhere. That I want to kill, which I'm not sure, to be honest. But let's just do it. Let's kill it. And then if I refresh this, it should not return anything. Okay, great. And then I did update my Nux template with update to Nux 4. So let me move Outwork to workout, and then dig it again with Outwork. I really thought I did. Did I just not rename? So what's Outwork now? Oh, it's still alive. Some process is still keeping it alive. I have a bunch of node processes on machine that I want to PSOX and then reveal what all of them are. So for now, I'm just going to make a subdirectory with like called random. Why not? And then I'll dig it here, and we'll work out of here. And I'm trying to think. Yeah, okay. I'll kind of quickly refamiliarize myself with certain aspects. Oh, maybe that's it. Like I should have turned this Claude instance off. Do I have any Claude instances running here? No. Claude instance running here? No. Okay. That took a while to run, far more than I would have expected. Let's get into Outwork here. Let's install the libraries, and then I'm not even sharing my screen. I thought I was. Oh, I am. But my setup here is the dumbest thing on the planet. So I went through like the whole. I'm going to keep on going. What a disaster. But I'm going to keep on going. That's fine. Just symbolic of something. I don't know why. Something for sure. It doesn't matter. All you need to know is I'm trying. Okay, that's what matters. I'm trying despite my reservations. And so I have 3,000 here, but here I don't. And so honestly, I'm just inclined to do something like port equals 3030 and not even worry about it. Like I don't want to get into the business of like trying to figure out what's happening. So we're on 3030, and we're going to try and make this work. First things first, I want to take this page and still keep it around because it has some like elements or what have you, but I want to move it to a different spot. So that's always helpful. Let's just restart. and then think about what I want. Why is this happening? That's fine. Let me just get index, and the index page is the page, and maybe let me call it dump instead. So here I'll just I'll actually just copy this to dump, and then just ensure that my /dump page works with just this reference page, let's just say, and then my index page, I can come in here and remove certain things. I don't remember maybe how to do some of these things, so it'll be helpful for me to have that reference, even if it's nothing. So hello, and then I wish I'd better prepared for this just a little bit, because trying to think on Tailwind templates. Let's see if I can grab, like, this is Tailwind Plus, but I don't think, like, I pay for Tailwind Plus, and I would love to grab some things from here. I don't know if I'm allowed to on a stream, you know? And so I'm just gonna use open source ones instead. I think Preline is one that I had seen before. And I mean, do I even need it? Probably not, but I want to just quickly take a look to see. Yeah, you know what? Skip it. Whatever. That's fine. I'm going to call this @work. I mean, this is the part that AI does like instantly and really well, in a way that you don't have to think about. But I'm going to still lean in heavily into sort of this AI business anyway. And then maybe the first thing I do here, I will move this into a template in a second, but maybe the first thing I do here is just like create a menu, potentially using Prime View. Let me just quickly see what they have. I don't want that. Yeah, more like a menu bar with menu items. Let's take a look at the code here. Maybe I can just copy that, bring it over here, and then add some items here and see what this looks and feels like, and then edit it. Even though I will just have one item for now, but what else? Yeah, why did this happen? That's actually super annoying, because yeah, I don't know why that happened. Do I need to set paste before I paste? Yeah, that's weird. What's going on? Okay. I got a menu here. Maybe I actually don't need to make it this complicated, to be honest. Because like, all I really need is like a link. Next link to dump. Okay, great. Yeah, no problem. Let's do it. Takes us to the dump page, and then this will take us to exercises. And then very similar to if I can spell exercises, let AI do it for me. And then I need an exercises page that will list exercises. But first, and then I'll need a, yeah, I can and then I can have a new .view where I create a new exercise, and then an index.view where I list them. And then I will need to populate this with something. I was hoping that AI would complete that for me. I'm just going to copy it from here. And now it will. Exercises list, and then just make sure those are working. And then /new should go to exercises new. We'll work on the template and everything in a second. Okay. So I want to get, I could even start with new exercises first. So when I'm creating a new exercise, it really is just this form up here. I need name, category, name, equipment, and body part, right? So name, equipment, and body part. And I'll get this functioning in a second. And I'm just trying to think how I want to refamiliarize myself with the back end. Because it's been a few weeks since I've used this environment. So, right. So I will need a mutation to create a mutation, just a procedure to list, a mutation to create. So query, a mutation, and then, but I can base a lot of this on, on what I need. So Keasley, just trying to refamiliarize myself right now, since I've almost literally forgotten. So random, and then /outwork. And here I think I could do npm Keasley -- help, not helpo, although that's still useful. Migrate make. We'll create a new migration file. So let me try that out to see what it does. If I do create exercises, will it just, what does it need? I thought I gave you the name. What it says, SQL path environment is not set, which I did not do. .env, and let's call it development.db, and then retry. Retry with create exercises, and that seems to have worked as intended. And then let's get in here. Like, I mean, you can't deny just telling an AI to do it and it just does it for you. You can't beat it. You can't beat it. Create user is where I want to go to copy sort of the sense of what I'm doing here. And then let's see how smart this AI is in this situation. Because I have this down here. If I do await db.schema, like how much will it autocomplete? Does it know that I want exercises? Yep. Okay. Can I find this? Let's get at that. And then I want an ID. I want name. That's correct. And then I want equipment. And then I want body part. It kind of knew this body _ part business. I think that's all I want for an exercise for now. And then we'll cover everything later. And then this part can just be drop table. And that looks good to me. And I can try and do a db migrate here to create that table. Fantastic. And then let's write a backend to to get that working. So trpc index router, and here I can have a create exercise, brace procedure, yep, input, yep, and then mutation, yep, and then the inputs, yeah, that looks good. I don't want this. I actually do want you to create something, so that's not very helpful. Now it wants to. Now it's like, hey, let me actually write the code to get it in there. So the exercise inserted into DB. Yeah. Okay. So the point, thing I'm missing is these models. And so here's something I kind of want to try with with AI, if I may. Look at the create exercises migration and create a model file. I don't know if this AI is good enough to do it, which is why I'm just trying it out. So it did read the file. This is something that's built into, not built in, but it is in NeoVim. It's asking me if I can create a file. Yeah, go ahead. So it's created some file, and that's not bad. Like that whole experience wasn't too bad or too slow, but let's see what it's actually done. It's created an exercise file. It's used Sequelize, which I'm not using. So all of this is useless. Oh, but my user.ts is also Sequelize. So what did I do here? That's weird. Oh, I needed to add it to the types file. We're not using this at all. That's my fault. Let me just delete these models, and I just want to add types. So let's retry. Look at the create exercises migration and add types to the types.ts file in the server. Let's see if it's good enough to do this. I actually have no idea. This is not the first time I'm using this, but it's the first time I'm using it for like more agentic things, and now it does seem like it's doing that work. And it's done something, and here it wants me to do what? I feel like here it's brought me here, but I don't know what to do. Yeah, not sure what happened there. Not thrilled with that. I still want to try some agentic stuff, so I might actually try using Claude Code, give it the same thing. Look at the create exercises. Why is it? Exercises migration and add types to the types.ts file in the server. I think if I can make it just do these like hyper specific grunt work items and then go in the code to do it. Now, I don't like the speed and the slowness of this. I did like the speed of the one here, but it just didn't work properly. So maybe there's some configuration I need to do off stream to get that working in the way that I want. Like this is still running, whereas I feel like that one kind of was trying to do something fairly quick. And the waiting here just kills me. And then it might, okay, yeah, this is fine. But I think in the meanwhile, I can also think about what I want in terms of a form. So on the exercises new page, I want to create a form to fill this in. Honestly, even there, I might leverage AI, right? Okay. I still want to go to the router index. I still need to figure out why these node modules are popping up here. Now this works because this is typed properly. Body part needs to be body underscore part just because of the database. And then I believe here we can say something like exercise. And this is fine. And then let's go to exercise new. And then let me see sort of how I want to approach the form itself. Prime View provides something specific for forms. Let me double check that I have it. And part of this stream, to be honest, is to find a working, like a good enough working flow for me, where I can leverage AI for certain things, figure out wait times, go back and forth, see what I want the AI to do, see what I don't want it to do, et cetera, et cetera. So, that's just part and parcel of trying to make this work. So I will fumble quite a bit, but that's sort of part of the game. Trying to think. Let's see. So let's go back here. And now, if I did do AI here, add a Prime View form to exercises new to create a new exercise. I want to see if this leverages what I have here. Like, does it know TRPC? Yeah, I can see it. Does it know? I know Claude Code will. This is not Claude Code. This is Code Companion. It is using Anthropic. It is agentic, but it's not as intense as Claude Code is. And if the speed parts of it are pretty good, I'll be happy with that. Now it says, but it doesn't seem to be like, is it doing anything? It did. It did do something. And here it's giving me a diff of what it changed, right? So it's added a form here, and maybe I can test this out. So I will accept the code that it's given me here, and let's see if okay, great. I can say equipment. Okay. I do want this to be a drop down. So, and then these errors that are happening at the bottom, we'll have to figure that out, but okay, fine. I do like the general speed at which this worked in the editor with the code kind of being up front. So I'm sort of reorienting myself in terms of like, how much do I care about what's here? How much of it is copy pastable? And then how much it will actually do. So let's see. I'll just start with this, which is body part options. And here I'll just kind of manually bring these in. So none, arms, and maybe I'll kind of try and see how much of it'll complete for me. Back, does it know? Cardio. Chest, yeah, it knows about chest. It knows about core. It knows about legs. Olympic. It knows about shoulders, waist. Let's try full body. And these are the options. I'm gonna underscore this just so it. And then, okay, here I can maybe say update. The router to use body part options. Is that good enough? Will it? And then how fast it will be. That was pretty good. I mean, it's not a huge change here, but that wasn't too bad. I mean, obviously, I could have just done this line, but to be honest, I had forgotten how to immediately do it. Like it wasn't at the tip of my tongue. And so that was nice. And we'll do the same thing for equipment, and kind of I'll use a combination of the two here. None is an option. Although, I mean, I'm just looking at this and there's like, because if it's duration, I do like duration. Which means maybe I just do want to use category. And now you can kind of just see here, like, oh, look at all these places where I have equipment. That's fine. I think I can manually do it. We'll do it old school, like we used to back in the 2000s. Equipment. Whoa, wait a minute. What are you doing? Category, 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 and then this will become category. Thank you, AI. Category, category. This is the stream. It's just me saying category. This is something I could ask the AI to do. I just kind of didn't want to. Okay, should be done pretty soon. And I am even modifying the database there. And here I'll go ahead and just remove the development DB, and then I'll DB migrate and recreate that because that's simpler for me. And now this makes more sense. And let's see, I did, I used the options that were already there, so it's not bad, actually. None, we'll see about none. Barbell, dumbbell, dumbbell, cable, machine. We'll just use machine. Band, great. Just going to call it resistance band. Kettlebell, amazing. And then we'll use some of these other ones like body weight. We'll use assisted body weight. We'll use reps only, and then we'll use no, we'll use do not use. We'll use duration. Yeah, I'm okay calling it duration only. And then cardio. And then here, obviously, I can do this. Okay, that looks good to me. And then next, I want the drop downs in the exercise new page. And here I'm thinking like, okay, maybe here also I leverage. Let me fix this though. No, I did fix it. It's just it hasn't caught up. I might restart. I need to definitely play around with my NeoVim setup for these things, but now it's reinitializing and it doesn't like. Okay, now it's fine. It doesn't like it because it doesn't match these specific things. So here I wouldn't mind the AI kind of doing some work for me. And I'll try and leverage it here. So I have this here, but should this also be just in like types? Should it be somewhere else? Let's see. String is not assignable to, that makes sense. And then if I can use this inner AI to figure things out. So make category and body part in the exercise form drop down selects. Into selects. And while it's doing that, I can think about the next thing that I want, which is, so once I create an exercise, the next thing I would want is workouts, but I want an exercise list. So let's see here. Okay, so it's modified this into this format, which is fine. I was hoping that it would just be smart enough to do the conversion, but I don't hate it. And then, oh, it's doing this just here. That's fine. I won't fret over this too much, and I will accept. Again, these errors on this side, not sure why those are happening. I don't love it. I think I should do this stuff manually too. I'm trying this out as an experiment to see how I feel about it. I don't love it. I don't hate it absolutely, but I also don't love it. But I know that it, like, if I did this manually, it'd take me a lot longer. So like, I don't know. I don't know where I land about that. The feeling is still not great. The inner feeling, not amazing. I'll tell you that. 30-30. This is how the farmers felt, when they were like, should I be using the machine, or should I be, working on the fields with my hands? This is how tailors felt. We're like, do we use these machines to sew for us, or do we want to do it by hand? What's my worth in life? I know the machine can do it faster, but I grew up learning how to do this thing. My parents taught me, and their parents taught them, and their parents taught them. And we've been, making these clothes for generations in my family, and now you're gonna tell me a machine's gonna do it for me? It's gonna do it much faster, but maybe not perfect. But turns out people don't want perfect. So what does it mean? Who am I? What am I? You know, those kinds of things. So create exercise. Apparently it's created. It's not only has it created the exercise, but also piped me back. Pipe me back into. So this is still broken, which sucks because I thought the AI would have been smart enough to handle this, but apparently not. So I'll look at that later. I won't get into that immediately. I did not learn coding from my parents, and they did not learn coding from their parents either. They did not learn coding at all, actually. So, first generation. First generation coder. Okay, so I want these exercises to be listed on some kind of an exercise page. And let me just quickly check my phone to see if things... do I need to get back to anyone? Do I need... Okay, that's fine. All right, I'm fine. No, I'm still debating. Honestly, I'm still not. Ugh, it's still not. The feelings aren't feeling great. I will say something is up, and I need to figure it out. So I want my exercises listed, and then I want. Yeah. So let me go to the router. List exercises. See, this is fine. This feels fine. That autocomplete stuff, like that feels fine. Giving to the agent still feels a little like ugh. This should list all of them. But this is another step where if like I wanted to do pagination here, I have to do it by hand or use the library, whereas I tell the AI to do it and it doesn't. And look, we're 43 minutes in and I'm kind of like, what am I doing? I don't even have an exercise list page. Just you really can't compete with that. And the thing is, I don't want to. I think there is a space for people who want to walk even though we have cars, right? Having that said, I'm just trying this out. This is just me playing for now. This is so dumb. Fill out the exercises list page. Make it work. This is so bad. This is not what I want to do. But I want to try it. I don't know. I want to try it. Everything goes in the viewport, but it did some searching. It's doing some searching here. I think it doesn't have to do all of this work, like this is too much. Just okay, no, that's fine. I'm gonna exit that. We're gonna not do that. And then I'm gonna, again, out of the interest of trying, I have this. So I have everything in the viewport that the AI would need, and this is a terrible way of doing this. Add a list of exercises to the exercises /index.view page. So let me just be a little bit more like pointed, and let's see what it does. Because I feel like It doesn't want to do it. It's like, because I think I did not do this properly. So let me try again. This is, I think, the worst part of doing this. One more time, and probably the last time we'll see if this works. We'll see. List the exercises on the exercises/index.view page. I think I just upset it. Like, you can hear that, right? You can hear me pressing enter on my keyboard, and it's like, oh no, oh, there you go. I press a different shortcut. So now, because I loaded all the files that I think it needs to be able to do it, I wish it had kind of like a spinner or something down here, because, like, I mean, what's going on, right? And I wonder if it only modifies one page at a time. I will accept whatever it's given me, and then we'll deal with it. I think this is, again, just part of my kind of experiment / trying to feel my way around, like, how much of this do I want to type manually, and to what end, right? Versus, okay, doing it here. I don't know. I'm still trying to, like, would I have done this? Would, is what I would have done looked like this at all? I don't know. It's send it to exercises, create. We'll send it to new. Is this the color scheme I would use? Again, this is just me trying to find, my place in the world. I say it facetiously, but also kind of seriously. One thing I forgot to do that I really should have done is get init, and then I kind of want to now go through here and do this one by one, but leave out certain things that I've added, which I don't think I can do in its entirety. That's fine. So I added this and this. Let's see here. Anything else I added was this migrations file for create exercises. I'm doing this on purpose. And we'll see that very soon. And then I will use AI to generate a bunch of data for me. I think that's still like an excellent use case for it. I know I used a bunch of AI already and I cheated. But again, the point of this was really for me to find a space where I can work in a more fluid manner. I don't love everything, but we'll see. Won't commit that. Yeah, I think that's fine. I won't commit the index page either. That's kind of what I want. And then here I can just say initial commit. And then the whole reason I did that here was to ask Claude to commit for me. And I'll say what I do like about this, for example, is it's doing a diff, it's looking at the code, and it's coming up with like a message on what to add. So I'll show you the what the commit message looks like that. Like I'm, I would have just said added exercises, but it's like, it looks at the thing, it looks at the code, adds a nicer commit message than I would have. And there's something about that I quite like. Okay, where are we? Add a whole bunch of exercises to the DB that one would find in a gym. Ultimately, what I want is for this to be in some JSON file that can be preloaded. But for now, I just want to. Okay, that's not what I want. I don't want. I don't know why I did speech to text, but it is now seeding, which I think is like absolutely amazing. And again, I did this the other day, but just doing it again is helpful for me. And then it'll kind of give me an idea of what this page looks like with a bunch of exercises, that kind of thing. Next, I want to be able to create a workout, add exercises to the workout. Before I do that, let me actually take a look at the code here. So like actually seriously take a look at the code, right? We're not just messing about. We're actually trying to understand the code that's been added here. Yeah, so it's not done anything special or specific. It's just created divs all the way through. I think that's fine. Now it says it's added. This is what it looks like, and that's also fine. I think the other part of this is, things that take time, like adding a search, like it does take time. So I need to figure out where I want to rest in terms of the amount of code I want to do manually to get the precision that I want, and then what I want to give to the AI and be comfortable with my lack of speed as a result. And the trade-off is precision. Yeah, I think that's kind of where I'm at. So, and I don't know. I still don't know how I feel about that entirely. And I guess the other aspect of it is I want to figure out if I can use Tailwind templates, because I should have come more prepared for using these. Because I think one thing that I was leaning on the AI to do for me was precisely this, like what's the exercise view or what have you. But I don't need that specifically or at all if I have a template and I can copy paste off of it. So next time I do this, which will be a random time, I don't know when, I will come prepared with a resource. So Tailwind Plus looks like this. I guess templates are more full. I would use these UI blocks, right? Where there'll be an outline that I can use right away, like a header section or what have you. So none of these, it turns out, but yeah, like these headers, you know what I mean? Like, which instantly makes it looks nice, saves me a lot of time, and then I'm rolling versus like trying to specifically get the code for any one of these things. And I would love to use Tailwind Plus, but it's a paid thing, and I don't know whether um, they're okay with it being used like on a live stream like this. I wouldn't know why they wouldn't be, but I just want to be respectful of that on the get go. So we'll see. And then that's it, I think, for today. I don't want to go too deep. Really, it was just an experiment for me to see what I can use, how much if I can sort of like what, trying to find a workflow. And I haven't found it yet. And I'm not thrilled. So we'll see. I'm not thrilled. I can say that. Still not thrilled. But I think the fool in me wants to continue to try to find a balance. And so we'll see. Okay, I think that's all I want to do. I didn't want to do more. I thought maybe I'd do an hour and a half or two, but I think I need to just think a little bit about the templating and how I want that to work. And then just process what I went through here. And then come back with not the final flow, but an adjusted flow until I figure out the rhythm. So yeah, okay, that's all I got for today. Nothing like, that just, you can't beat it. Like when I used the AI in an hour, I had like a working mini app, and now I have like nothing, like 1.5 pages. That's absurd. But we'll see. I think the outcome here will be pretty fantastic. Okay, I'll see you at a random time in the future. I don't know when, but Friday was still doing PLF, and I think hopefully we'll be back to Cocoon. Unless, I don't know, maybe Mary has other ideas. So we'll see. But I'll see you folks another random time in the future. Good night, and let's go home.